Peace and blessings, everyone. Shalom. Hope you are all doing well. So, this video, hopefully, you guys can hear me. This video, I'm just here to make about staying focused on the will of the Father. Of course, we all already know that, to do the will of the Father and stuff like that. And sometimes we have moments where we choose our own will. For me, that was yesterday. Something biblical. I don't want to get the name of what was yesterday wrong. I'm not sure if it was a feast or I'll just say for now biblical. Something biblical yesterday. I should have taken more dedication into doing, but rather instead I pushed my own will and I chose to hang out with family, go skiing and stuff like that. The skiing was nice, but before we can even get there, it was just a whole roller coaster of emotions. Not so much from the family, but more as for myself. It's it was basically just all the strifing that was going on and how I was intaking it. Usually when I get those type of indications, I know it's me pushing my own will, and it's like a red flag or a warning for me to the Father warning me, like, don't do this, because if you continue it, you're going to only move on worse. And I guess I'm trying to find a perfect way to explain it, but I know that's not going to happen, and I end up being in my own thoughts for too long. So pretty much, without so much detail, the Father had something else for me in store yesterday. I was supposed to be at home, at peace with Him, doing something biblical. I think I was supposed to fast as well. I did fast a lot, but it wasn't out of ruach. It wasn't out of spirit. It was just more out of um. I guess I just didn't want to eat, but maybe He was pushing me because I didn't have a desire to eat that much yesterday, and maybe that was Him working in me. But aside from all that, before we could get to the ski place and all that, it was so many things just happening that affected me mentally, and I just became very frustrated on it, and fixated on it as well. Just like it wasn't anything major, it's just like the little things, and then they just stick in your mind. The devil just trying to constantly do those things and stuff like that. But, I don't want to blame the devil for everything. So I guess for me, I'm not gonna say the devil. That's an excuse. I would say it was my own fault. It was my own doing. Like I said earlier, uh, I pushed my own will, and so obviously, since I pushed my own will, I gave the devil access to cause that type of strifing and um, effects on me mentally, because I wasn't supposed to be there. But because I wanted to go skiing so bad, because I wanted to do my own will, I end up mentally messing myself up. So now I'm just battling with um, anger and a little bit. And I'm going to clear up by like tomorrow or maybe even tonight when I go to work. But it doesn't take me that long to just let this stuff kind of go. But right now, I really had to go into deep thought and just really realize that, I already knew before, but I just, when it happens, it just really makes you sit back and just think to yourself, like, yo, this is really it. These are really the final days. Like, we don't have all the time in the world like we used to, like a few years back, where it felt like we have all the time in the world. Like, in these times, he's not saving everyone. He's those that he loves, he's going to do what he can to save them. And he's going to help them realize from their mistakes and forsake the ways of this world, like any type of addictions, or um not just like video games and stuff like that, not just with the hardcore, drugs and pornography and all that. He's really just trying to help us break the strongholds and the things that we are holding on with this world. He's really trying to just help us let these things go and realize that we need to serve him with all of our heart, because that's all he wants. He wants our whole heart. He doesn't want some, he doesn't want half, he wants all of it. Like this like this word that keeps him, or monologue, whatever this is called. It's just something that always sticks to me in my mind and in my heart. It's always, it's all or nothing. Those exact words. It's all or nothing. And obviously we know that he's patient, you know, and he knows our beginning and our end. So he knows where we're going to, you know, really get it with him and all that stuff. Where we leave these little things that we still hold on to. And as I came to the thoughts of just, thinking and stuff like that, laying on the floor, it had me really realizing that, I was, or still love my family more than him. Not just that way, but like even though I'm chasing after him and I want my family to know him, I can't force them to. And I've come to a point where, like, I'm too easily influenced by family or friends, and I need to back off from everyone pretty much, because when I'm trying to help them know the Father, I end up just messing myself over, being around them for too long, and end up doing my old ways and habits and stuff like that. And that's not what I really want. And I realize I need to take more time into being separate from everyone so that I can really just, the way I'm feeling right now, I just want to just only focus on him. I don't want no one to distract me or bother me, family wise, friends wise. I just really wish I could just be like Moses or Moshe, where I can just go up to the mountains, and or in the cave of the mountains, and just focus on him, because I have so much filth I need to clean up of myself. I still have, not so much with video games, but I still need to work on that. YouTube is a big problem. I gotta work on that. So many distractions. I just love distracting myself, and I need to, get rid of that. And I do this a lot because when I try and read the word, I get aggravated when I start feeling sleepy when I try and read his word. Not all the time I feel sleepy reading his word, but a, yeah, a lot of the time when I do try to read his word, I start feeling sleepy, and it pisses me off. I'm just like, yo, I'm trying to read his word, and I got the devil on my back trying to make me sleep while reading his word, and it's just so annoying. So then I go and distract myself, trying to get myself wide awake. I'll go on to social media and look at stuff for a couple minutes. That ends up being 30 minutes to an hour, and then I forget to read his word, and something else happens, and blah, 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 blah. Distraction, distraction, distraction. So, how did I come to this video? Hopefully, I don't make this a whole 40-minute video, but what I just wanted to finish this up with is that when you choose yourself and not doing his will, like you'll know when he's really pushing you to do his will. You'll feel it. I'm not going to try and get in so much detail or even try to explain it. You'll just know. You'll know it's him working in you, and then you'll know afterward when you finish doing your you'll know after when you finish doing your own will, when you feel horrible and stuff like that. If you examine yourself daily, you'll come to that realization, or he'll help you understand that realization that I was pushing my own will. And this is why I have so many problems going on with myself, because I'm speaking like as if I was you. Like, this is how you'll understand. Like, when you examine yourself daily and you wonder, why is this bad? Why so many bad things happen to me and stuff like that? Not all the time, obviously. When you're doing his will, everything's peachy perfect. You're gonna have some problems, but it's all for his will, and he's working in all of us differently. So my problems may not be the same with your problems, or your situations, I should say. They might differ from how they would do with me, because remember, at the end of the day, we're all working towards for his kingdom, but our situations are not always going to be the same. And sometimes it's just meant for you. Hopefully, if you guys are still listening to this, it's not meant for everyone to listen to. Like, you explain certain things to people, even though not just worldly people, but spiritual people too, those who read the Bible and stuff like that. You try to probably explain it to someone, and you may not understand. I want to the Job, I want to say, when his friends were supposed to be there to comfort him, they attacked him and saying that what he was doing was wrong and stuff like that. Maybe they thought he was sinning and stuff like that. And this is why you're going through stuff and blah blah blah. And even though Job did not understand what was happening to him, I only use that to basically say, like, people, friends or family, those of like Job, put yourself as Job. Except you understand from examining yourself daily, you understand that what's happening to you. And sometimes, you want to express these feelings just to get it out. So you tell someone, and they may act toward you as like Job's friends did. They're basically, their understanding of what's happening to you may not always be the best advice. Sometimes what's happening to you, it's probably only meant for you, not for you to share with anyone. Something like that happened to my cousin last week when I was talking to her when we was having Bible study. She was telling me something about situation she was going through, and she was telling her friends, and they didn't really give her the best advice. And so I was trying to explain to her, but I think I didn't word it the best way, and I was just basically trying to let her know that um some things we just need to keep to ourselves and make sure no one hears it, because it's probably only meant for us. And I'm working on that myself. I got to practice what I preach. But yeah, sometimes if the person, obviously we got to use our own discernment. If the person means well, uh, like uh, like if they, hmm, just use your own discernment. You'll know what certain things, you'll know just from here. You'll know what certain things you can let someone know and receive their guidance, or just hear their word of it for comfort, or maybe whatever the case may be. And then there's certain things that what's happening to you, you know that they're not going to understand. They're not going to understand it the way you want them to understand it. And so it's just meant for you and the Father. And then you just got to work it out or endure it. So with all that being said, just keep the will of the Father. You'll know when He is um, pushing His will on you, and that you just got to be obedient to it. Better to be obedient than to sacrifice. I think that was Samuel or Shemuel. Don't remember exactly, but I just remember that verse. I want to say it was second. Let me not get that deep. But anyway, yeah. So do His will, and everything will go, much more smoothly in your life. Sometimes we know we'll have problems in the flesh. But I really think, if I would have just not pushed my own will yesterday, if I would have just did what He wanted me to do, I would have been even more blessed. I would have had more mental peace. I would have been warring with my fleshly desires, like, oh, this sucks, I'm stuck in the house, blah blah blah, while they going out skiing, blah blah blah, whoop-de-whoop-de-doo, womp womp. So, but I know for certain, if I would have just stayed home, read His word, play the game, I guess, man, I would have been so much more mentally free right now. I would have been so much happier with myself, or the peace He would have gave me. But because I didn't, I chose I chose war. I chose darkness over light. And now I'm battling against my flesh or my mind right now for disobedience. And praise Yah, He's still giving me time to get it all going. He's still giving us as a people, as Yasharel. And when I say Yasharel, that means Israel. And when I say Israel, I'm saying not just as my blood brothers and sisters, like the actual tribes. I'm not just talking about, black people. I'm talking about those who believe in the Messiah, Yahushua HaMashiach, Gentile, uh, wild branch, however you want to call it. If you are a believer in the Messiah, you are a brother and a sister to me. I don't care how those Israelite camps like to call that crap. They like to say that salvation is only for them. It's not, and they need to repent. But you're my brother and my sister. whether you're Gentile, stranger, as long as you believe in the Messiah, you're my brother and my sister, and you are part of Yahuah, Israel. Now I lost my train of thought, but let's keep pushing, y'all. We gotta keep pushing to do his will. And I make a lot when I talk like this. I'm making this video pretty much for myself, and anyone else that wants to hear, they can hear. But I just want to thank everyone so much for listening. You don't even have to watch the whole thing, but hopefully you guys like it. Go to my go to my YouTube channel, subscribe there. Once again, I feel like I gotta keep making it, but I'm not trying to be a teacher or nothing like that. I just make videos to make videos, and I just hope that people hear the message and I guess use it, and I guess however you choose to take it is on you. Anyways, I guess I've wasted enough time for you guys. Everyone have a blessed day. Till next time.